missile launcher is triple Seraph Tempest missile launcher. Oh wait, they changed it. But of course, we are now getting our next match started. Our next matchup will be on Canyon Ambush. Of course, it is a canyonous map with lots of places to ambush. Yes, I know I am contractually obligated to state that until I renegotiate my contract. So there you go. Of course, it is a very intriguing map, one of the favorites here in SCS, at least one of my favorites, at least. And here we go, folks, with the ship callouts. Here we go, folks. Ship number 1 is the Who Needs a Map, piloted by Steam Brains. We have a Mobula with a Artemis up top, a Gatling and a Banshee on the bottom, and a double flak on the wings. Ship number 2 is the GFA Narwhal, piloted by Captain Scrowbeard, a Hwacha Fish with side Gatling and Carronade. And that is the wrong button right there. Let's try that again. Ship number 3 is the Reborn, piloted by Sunstrom, a Hades Mobula with double Artemis on the bottom, Gatling and a Flare on the wings. And ship number 4, is the Queen Kerwin's Revenge, a triple, I almost did triple Artemis again, triple Hwacha Galleon with that lone heavy carronade right there, a Gatling and a Flare on the back. Oh my god, what is with my fascination of Artemi here today? What is with my fascination of Artemi here today? I don't know, and I'm just going to check myself before I wreck myself again. Meanwhile, the Reborn appears to be bait here, as the 20-minute timer has started, as Reborn is looking to get some scouting done. Queen Kerwin's Revenge looking for their little hidey hole, and they are deciding to hidey much well. As the Reborn gets a spot on the Who Needs a Map, they know which direction they're coming from, so Queen Kerwin's Revenge, of course, will react to that. Reborn, of course, with that good spot out there. They did not spot the Reborn. However, most likely, if the spot goes out that early, you know it's coming from mid. So you know, you have an idea that they're probably either A, driving it down mid, or B, they're going to be holding up in their own spawn. However, Queen Kerwin's Revenge has decided to drive it down mid. They are going in, and they're going to get very aggressive here. I love this move. Look at this. They're going to get a clean engagement if Red's not careful here. They're going to get a clean engagement. They need to be very careful. Look at the... Oh, the flank has been busted. The flank has been busted here. GFA Narwhal looking to get that Hwacha in. They do get the Hwacha in, but they bounce on the ground. That's not a clean Hwacha, but it's enough to get a lot of those guns off the Queen Kerwin's Revenge. In fact, they cannot shoot back, so the Queen Kerwin's Revenge losing 3 guns. Looks like 3 heavy guns there, as GFA Narwhal is content to absolutely pound the Queen Kerwin's Revenge. That is a bloom down on the Queen Kerwin's Revenge. That is a hull down on the GFA Narwhal. Queen Kerwin's Revenge bottoming out. They will bottom out, but they will not lose that hull just yet. They're down some engines. Now they will lose the hull. Red looks like they have something here. They've got a hull break. They've got a balloon break. They've got an everything break. Those Hades missing the GFA Narwhal. That is a bump into the balloon. A good bump by the Narwhal. Looks like they're going to try to keep them grounded and pounded right now. Who needs a map turning for the Reborn? GFA Narwhal, however, maintaining control on the Queen Kerwin's Revenge. Looks like a Hwacha going out of the Who Needs a Map? Who Needs a Map? Hull broken. Let's actually take a quick look over here. Hull breaks on both of the Mobulas. Looks like they're going to dive as the Reborn. Who Needs a Map with advantage right now over the Reborn? Looks like that Banshee's actually coming into play here. Oh, this could get very interesting here. This could get very, very interesting here. Whoa, hello. Okay, there we go. Okay, the GFA Narwhal, of course, trying to get the Reborn. This could be very dangerous for the Reborn. That is a Hwacha Fish aiming for the Reborn. That's a Lockgat going for that front gun. They're going to try to ram him, but they're going to kill themselves if they get the ram. They're going to kill themselves. Reborn notices this. They get about 50% perma off of them. They're down to about 10 now. As they switch to the Who Needs a Map, a smart choice right here. A very, very, very smart choice right here by... Yes, very, very smart choice by the Reborn. As the Queen Kerwin's Revenge back in play here, GFA Narwhal is in trouble. The Who Needs a Map trying to match balloons with the Reborn, able to do so successfully. Not quite successfully, but they do have that Banshee. Looks like Lockgat going off on the GFA Narwhal. That's a hull break. One measly rocket will kill them, and there it is. Blew up 1-0. However, Who Needs a Map trying to kill the Reborn. First kill indeed to Blue. That should be a kill on Who Needs a Map. In fact, it will be 2-0 in favor of Blue. That means, of course, that SMGS will take the early lead, 2-0 in favor of Blue. Very, very well played here. Very well played by Red. However, oh, we have some problems here with the, uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now, stream. Come on. Breathe some life into it. Hang on. There we go. Okay, we're breathing some life into it. There we go. Everything is fine. Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about here, folks. Absolutely nothing to worry about here, folks. All right, let's make sure that is working as it should. There it is. Everything is working just fine. Perfect. Don't fail me now, stream. All right. Here we go with the next engagement. Queen Kerwin's Revenge at about 40% perma. Reborn similar. GFA Narwhal, however, Hullbroken, that's not a good spot for them to be. As they're Hullbroken, they're getting ripped to shreds here. They're down to about 5% perma. Actually make that 0% perma there completely broken. It is 3-0, and who needs a map getting in late to the party? This is not good for Red. Again, teamwork failing them. Hull break on the Who Needs a Map. Gatling's going out, Watch is going out, and the selfie 4-0 in favor of Blue. Wow, that was a terrible engagement for Red. An absolute train wreck. That is bad luck for Red. Blue's timing is just way off right now. Whew. Only 5 minutes gone by in the match, and already Red is down 4-0 and facing elimination here. One more death, and Alto Trading Company will be eliminated from SCS number 157. This is not a good spot for them to be. This really is not a good spot for them to be. This is tough sledding here. We're waiting on that spawn here. Waiting on that spawn from Red. Of course, we take a look at both blue ships. I gotta say, this is gonna be. Oh, here we go. We'll hold that thought as Red spawns in. Red has spawned in with all of their ships, and they are immediately spotted by the Reborn. That was fast. Who Needs a Map, of course, is trying desperately to get height advantage. And the Hwacha already hull breaking them. My goodness, that was fast, and that is going to be death. Wow. Could this get any worse for Red? Apparently not, as Blue wins 5-0. Not as clean as Fancy Cloud Dancers, but they get the 5-0 win, as Alto Trading Company has been eliminated from SCS number 157. My goodness. Just, wow. This is rough sledding for Alto Trading Company. I mean, the teamwork just not there today. Not at all. Whew.